up the coast, and I'm happy. I'm going to show you that one packet worth $12 will catch you all the fish you need. Yes, right up in the shallows. Oh, here we go. Yeah, nice. Pretty happy with this one. Well, hello there. It's been some time since I went out for a bit of a fish and a dive, and I've been working my guts out for the last 3 or 4 months on my business. But now I'm finding a bit of a reprieve, so I'm heading out today, starting off with a bit of a dive from local thing. I'm just going for a nice casual swim. I haven't been diving for near 6 months. Wow, that was pretty awesome. I've already got my 3 crays. Job done, you know. I'm not feeling too bad considering I haven't dived for some time. We're back on shore now. It's a great dive. I mean, I wasn't in the water very long, maybe 2 hours max, and I got my limited crays, and I decided to call it a day because I don't want to get fixated on grabbing as much seafood as I can all the time. I want to just take enough, and I've got 3 crayfish, which is going to last me and my partner Janet for quite a few meals. So I'm a bit erring on the caution of grabbing some fish. I decided nah, I'd leave it because I am going to go out fishing tomorrow, so I thought I'll stay satisfied with my 3 crays that I've got, you know. So I decided to limit my catch. Anyway, the spoils of a good day. A couple of nice crays, and up the coast, and I'm happy. They're not huge crays, but they're certainly a good feed. Hey there, what a day yesterday. Had a beautiful feed of crayfish last night. It's late afternoon, about 2:30, 3 o'clock, and I'm just heading out for a cheeky little fish for a few hours. Alright, so I'm at the location, and I'm over on the west side of Coromandel this afternoon, just out from Coromandel town, launched at Waiana Bay. We're right on high tide at the moment, and I've sort of set myself a bit of a challenge. I've got a few rods on board. I've got a squid set there. I might have a little bit of a flick around for squid later, but potentially, you know, I've got my micro jig rods there, but I'm going to focus on a bit of soft baiting because I've noticed that there's a bit of misconception about soft baiting now, especially, you know, the real soft baits, which are Berkeley Gulp. Now, before I start, I am in no way affiliated to Pure Fishing, Berkeley, or any of those brands or companies that are associated to this. I am not sponsored by them or anything like that. So basically what I've got myself, I'm basically going to show you, because a lot of people are turning to plastics. You know, Berkeley have really helped put soft baiting and lure fishing on the in the hands of anglers in New Zealand, and awesome. They've, you know, even myself, and I've been fishing soft bait since around 2006, 2005 was when I first sort of got into them, and I've stuck with them. I've used soft plastics a bit, but the common misconception is about the gulpers. They get ripped up really easily, and they basically, you know, people don't like them because of that. But you know, these baits cost around about 12 bucks, $12.90, $12 to $13 in most stores. You know, this is, in particular, I've got a particular bait that works really well called the Gulp Jigging Grub. There's 10 in a pack, so it's good value for starters. So you're getting 10 baits, and basically, you know, you can, I'm going to show you that one packet worth $12 will catch you all the fish you need. So today I'm going to just fish predominantly this afternoon. We've got, we're right on the top of the tide at the moment, so I'm just waiting for the tide to start moving, but I'm going to start flicking these around. And I will have a bit of a micro jig too, but I'm solely going to use these 12 soft baits. This Jigging Grub pepper prawn colour is such a good colour here in Coromandel, and it works around the country too. I've fished it in all sorts of places and caught 20 pounders on it. I've caught more big fish on this bait than anything else. They're only a 4-inch bait, but they're actually spread out and waver. They've got a curly tail. So anyway, I'm going to try these and show you that you can just go out and use a packet of these Gulp soft baits to catch all the fish you want. And sure, we're going to get little ones, we're going to get tails bitten off and things, but the good thing about these is they're water-based copolymer made. So that means they're pretty biodegradable, you know, and they're water-based. So you can eat them. I've eaten a couple and they taste not too bad actually. They're impregnated with tuna oil and all that sort of stuff. So for me, you know, if I want to fish soft baits, I want to use the best product on the market, and as far as I'm concerned, Gulp is that, because it's natural, it's good for the environment, and also it can be eaten, consumed and passed naturally, whereas a plastic contains PTFE. It can be harmful to fish. But not just that, when it does come off the hook, it washes up on the shoreline. I've got heaps of them, a good collection of them from doing beach cleanup. So anyway, let's give it a go and see what happens. So there you go, you can see that it's the first bait on the hook, and now I'm going to flick it out. I'm sitting in about 6 meters of water, and I'm just going to flick it out, have a cast around and see how many fish I can catch on even just this one bait. Well, we're in. So far it's been pretty slow going. I'm on the first bait and I've still got 9 left. So, and I've had a couple of hits from some smaller fish too. One which pulled the soft bait off the tip of the jig head, but I just threaded it back on. So here we go. This isn't a bad fish, and this is my first bait, you know, so fishing's been pretty hard going. There we go. That's a good snap. And I'm going to let this guy go, but you can see that soft bait in the corner of the mouth there. Come on, mate. He's well hooked. So there's the soft bait, nice pan-sized snapper. Back you go. Still intact. Look at that. Even although it's even been in the fish's mouth. So what does that tell you? Now I'm casting right up into the shallows because high tide, fish should be moving into the shallows. It's later in the day, it's about 20 to 4, and this is the time to be looking in these shallow areas for fish that are coming in looking to feed on anything that's up in the shallows, including bait fish or whatever else. So here we go. I'm just getting another inquiry. Awesome. Yep, come on. Might be a smaller fish. I can feel the pecks, I can feel the little nips, which is what everybody biggest fear is with these Gulp soft baits. But look, don't let them sit around too long when you feel those nips. Don't leave it there for the little fish to just completely annihilate. Work them erratically, because the big fish, they don't care. You know what I mean? They don't care about it. Now look what happened to that one because of that little fish, and I let it have it. So there you go. That's a tiny fish. You can see the ends bitten off it. So that's my first bait gone, but it's already given me 1 fish. Not bad really, I'm pretty happy. Alright, I had a bit of an inquiry then, and got off. Quite often this can be these little fish, you know. They come back for another go, but yeah. And I managed to somehow hook that one, even though it's probably not quite big enough to put into the thing. So what's happened here, let's just have a look at this now. So this bait here has just had the tip of the tail bitten off, so obviously that fish had hold of the tail and was playing tug of war. Bait's still on the hook, but only a little bit missing. That bait's still going to catch fish. So let's cast it out and have another go. It's all about, you know, being smart when you're fishing these soft baits. Not plastic, sorry. It's all about keeping in touch with it as it sinks down, and they're pretty much pouncing on it as soon as it hits the bottom. Yes, right up in the shallows. You know, I'm casting right towards the rocks. I don't know what size this is, but it feels alright. It's not huge or anything, but it's not a string puller that by any means, but it's probably a good panny fish, no doubt. Feels reasonable. But so this is my second bait, and if I land this one, this will be my second fish. Not bad really, considering, you know. I don't mind, you know, giving a little bit back to the ocean, and you know, I know these are better for the environment, so that's why I use them, and I continue to use them. Here we go, another nice snapper, and that was caught on that snapper on that last one, that last tail that was broken off. So there you go, panty fish. All right, now this is this little half bait that I was just using before. I just cast it out, just moving around in the same area, and I got myself something fairly decent. Awesome. It just shows you, you know, those baits don't have to be intact to catch good fish. And that's why I love the gulp, because it's got that scent and the fish love it. So it doesn't matter if there's no tail left, hardly at all. It'll still attract the fish to induce a bite because of that scent factor. Unlike a plastic, which is basically tastes like oil, is rubberized. So yeah, this is a goodie. This is going home. I'll be, you know, and I'm still on my second bait, so not bad really. Whew, she's come up real green, this one, and for a good reason. Just caught him in pretty much 6 meters of water. So yeah, he's feisty still. He's come up pretty feisty. That's great. Yeah, awesome, man. The gulps, the soft bait is still there. There he is. Sweet fish. Look at that. You know, so there's something to be said about that. You can see that bait there. You can see that tail. You know, it's only half a tail there, but it's got the fish. Awesome, I've just cast out, so let's see what happens with the second cast. This is still the same bait, and yeah, I mean, if there's something around, they'll definitely have a go at it. You saw what happened with that half a tail just before. Ooh, yeah, again, and that's that half bait. Just shows you that's that gulp scent power that every time. And I wouldn't be with anything else. I want to be right at the top of my game with my fishing, and gulp certainly does that. So legal fish, here we go. I'm going to let him go though, because I've got a couple, and you know, the nice thing about soft baits is hooked in the corner of the mouth, and so nice and easy to release. So I'm going to let him go quickly. So there's that bait, still intact. It's turned around on the hook a little bit. I'll just spin it around, and yeah, doesn't matter too much, but yeah, there you go. And now I'm just going to flick this back out again. Here we go, bit of an inquiry, but this one's not so keen. It's a bit of a nipper, you know, once again. So move that soft bait around. I wouldn't be surprised if he's actually done a bit of damage to this one now. You know, the bigger ones I've probably taken out a few better fish around here, and the smaller ones sort of got hold of it. And yep, there we go. Finally the tail gone, still got the body though. Now I could actually cast that out. Let's have a go with it and just see what happens, eh? Because like I say, gulp power, there's no action on that now because there's no tail on it, but you know, it's still got that scent power. Well, I had a couple of inquiries, and sure enough they managed to take the soft bait off the hook. So yeah, I mean, and that's with no tail, so obviously the fish like it, because they wouldn't eat the body of a plastic, if you know what I mean. If the tail was gone on a soft plastic, then they would not show the slightest bit of interest in eating even the body. So, and these pepper prawns are quite durable, okay? Like, the fishing's not really red hot right now. It's consistently coming on, but most of the fish that I've been feeling are of a small variety. And when those bigger ones are around, they nail them straight away. So, and that's what we're after. So, you know, perseverance. But I'll have another cast with this now, number 3. Here we go. All right, fish on again. This is the 3rd bait, and this is the 3rd or 4th fish. Nothing huge, but yeah, a legal snapper all the same. Probably be 32 centimeters or something, that I'd say. It's quite surprising how big these fish are, but there you go. The gulp soft bait still intact. Fish number 2 on the same bait. You know, and this fish here just kept coming back and back, and I just kept striking it. You know, be quite aggressive with them. Like, this is a smaller fish. Well, yeah, it's definitely not legal, but you know, it had a good go at it, and it's definitely done some damage to the soft bait now. Took the tail off, but it kept coming back because they taste like something. So, you know, I'm going to just keep trying with this one and re-thread it on the hook, which you can do with a gulp, and just fish that, you know, see what happens with that. Here we go, it's another fish, and this is caught on that bait with no tail on it. They are so full of beans because it's, I mean I'm sitting at 6 meters. I probably pulled this out of 3 meters. Look at that. That's a decent fish, a really good size. But on that bait, I just show you, with no tail, you know, that equals that. Well, all right. Yep, cast out with that bait with no tail on it, and it got absolutely smashed on the drop. Yeah, no tail, just the body. And look what happened. Another fish. You know, this bait here has now caught a couple of fish. And without a tail, you know. And this one feels not a bad fish either. It hasn't given up the goose yet. Putting up a decent fight. It's coming close. Oh, nice fish. Oh. And you tell me, 3 soft baits, and look at the quality fish I've got, you know. I mean, these fish at $39 a kilo for snapper fillets, I think the gulp's well and truly paid for itself. And I haven't even used the whole packet. Woohoo! Here we go, look at that. Sweet fish. And on that, you know, on that soft bait, which is now literally gone, so there's no soft bait left, but look at the result, just on a half tail. I mean, that's a sweet fish. That's a 42 centimeter snapper, and worth every weight. You know, that soft bait that I just sacrificed was well worth it for the reward of this. And a few more fish, and a lot of fun. So far, I've got 3 fish in the back, which is about what I want to keep, and they're good eating size fish. And I've used, this is my 4th soft bait on my rod now, and I've just cast it out. I've already cast it out once and just had 1 hit on it, but didn't hook up. And now I'm just giving it a second cast, and yeah, I mean, not bad odds. You know, I think I've got about 6 fish so far on 3 baits. That's not bad. I wouldn't say the fishing's really flash. It's good, it's coming on a bit, but it's not full on. You know, when it's really going for it, you can catch quite a few fish on these soft baits. There we go. Ooh, right in the shallows. They're hitting it pretty quickly, but unfortunately didn't connect with that one. But yeah, here we go, it's back again. Yep, nah, just grabbing it, just grabbing hold of it, and not really, you know, probably little. And this is the thing, don't let them have it. Don't let it sit around for them to start munching it up. And you know, these baits can be quite hard to put on the hook, yet these fish seem to get them off pretty bloody easy. Yep, we're in again. Nothing to write home about this one, but you know, 5th soft bait, and I don't know how many fish this is, so I'm trying to start a losing count. It's not quite 10 yet, but it's getting up there. This one's an undersized fish, but the tail's intact, had it in its mouth. See you later, bud. Alright, well, I just had a cast before and lost the tail, and I thought, oh yeah, I'll just shift another 50 meters along the coast, have a cast in, and bang. And this is a bait that's got no tail again. The gulp jigging grub. This is a pretty decent fish by the feel of it. It's not, I haven't got it yet. It's on line. Man, it's really, oh, here we go. Yeah, nice. Pretty happy with this one. This will be my last keeper for the day. You know, I haven't used the whole packet of gulp yet. I mean, you know, it speaks volumes about the product. I've got 4 really nice fish in the back now. Well, I will have, I've got 3. This will be number 4. And there you go. Look at that. And look at that bait. That had no tail. That's exactly how I threw it out. And look at what it did. So I've got enough for a feed in the back. The fish that I want. But the cool thing is, I've still got 4 gulps left in this packet. Now I'm going to stop using them now. This just proves that you can go out, catch a feeder fish with a packet of gold and nothing else. So despite the fact that I've got enough fish, I am still going to keep fishing this bait here. Look at that, no tail on it. I'm just going to move down a little bit and I'm just going to have another cast with it, because you saw that last fish I just got with it. Well worth, you know, not underestimating a bait like this. So yeah, you know, these soft baits, they are, as I mentioned before, you know, water-based copolymer, and that allows them to be impregnated with all sorts of scent, like tuna oil, for example. And so that's why I like using these, and of course the environmental side of it as well, you know. And for the price, you know, like I've got a good feed of fish in the back for that $12 that I've invested, you know, at my local tackle store. Pretty good value for money, really. Hey, thanks heaps for watching. Keep an eye out for the next episode of Real Screaming Kayaks. Oh, fish are hitting them hard.